What's up, you majestic what the fucks? This is The Inner Idiot. That's right, you hear the music. Put your ugly kids to bed. It's time for The Inner Idiot, the show where we just sprinkle enough I don't know what the fuck I'm doing with my life across your ear holes. It's me, your host, Tyler. And I'm joined today by my co-host, as always, the Lord that's never bored, the commander of the comic books, Lord Shorty, fresh, 2 claps and a Ric Flair. Woo!
Hi.
That was a little scary.
Good.
Oh.
I'm here for the intimidation factor, nothing more.
Dude, that Weird Al you were singing earlier was really intimidating. I feel
yeah.
so emasculated.
My fucking rap skills, bruh.
All right. Well, ladies, do we have a treat for you? Everyone's favorite redhead and a wizard in bed. He won't just steal your soul. He'll lick your butthole. He may have speckles and pasty skin, but he'll always make you feel like a fucking 10. The ginger you can't find on Tinder. Myles Sham, 2 claps and a Ric Flair. Woo!
Well, thank you for that wonderful intro.
Yeah, I do my best, man. I do my best.
The whole time you sit there like, no, none of this is happening.
Wizard's right.
Yeah, you don't lick a butthole?
No ass eating.
What? Let me ask you something. You're a smoker, right?
Yeah.
When you were young, did you think smoking was gross?
No.
Oh, God, you're killing it here. What is something you thought was gross when you were younger, but you enjoy now?
Jeez.
Anything?
That's not off the top of my head, no.
Oh, well, you killed the joke. That's all right.
I honestly can't think of anything either. Something that I thought was like gross and shit.
I thought beer was gross when I was younger, but I fucking love it now.
I still think beer is gross.
Yeah, well, you're an exception to the rule. Well, I mean, a lot of people do. Let's be honest. A lot of people think
Everyone
beer's
tells me
gross.
it's like an acquired taste. I'm like, why do I gotta acquire a taste to something that tastes like shit?
To get drunk?
You give a fuck about that?
There's better ways to get drunk.
Yeah, there's fucking tastier ways to get drunk.
See, now, dude, I've said this before, but I hated the taste of alcohol so much when I was younger that I just smoked pot. Like, it's easier. It doesn't taste as bad. Gets me fucked up quicker. Like, I just smoked pot. That was it.
See, I wasn't on that train.
Yeah, it was easier.
It wasn't my thing.
Really?
Everyone's wanting to smoke and get high, and I'm just sitting here like, just want to go home and play my video games, man.
Oh, I do that, too.
I feel that.
I always had a lot of people at my house. Like, my house was the party house. So, it's just, there was always something going on. Midget strippers, booger sugar, all that stuff.
I don't feel like half of that statement is true.
Half of it is, half of it isn't. I'll leave it up to you which one is.
Oh, I know which one's true.
Well, then you count in the fact that it's a bunch of high school kids, and none of them have jobs.
Nope.
How they getting all this shit?
Hey, look, my mom was...
Where are you getting the booger sugar?
My mom...
God.
Dude, my mom was a savage. All right. Well, speaking of good parenting, let's get into today's top 5.
Okay.
Top 5 reasons why raising 2 girls as a man is like being in a Mexican prison. That's right. These are from my personal experiences.
Okay, so real quick, hold on, pause, stop. How do you, or what do you know about Mexican prison?
We're about to find out.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Number 5. My pudding cups are always getting jacked. I can't have a fucking pudding cup without my goddamn kids taking them. Dad, give me your pudding. Oh, okay. Yeah.
You say no, like they can't. I mean, they can beat you up.
Have you seen my kids?
Yes.
Yes. You can't tell them.
I don't
no.
have to worry about it. Your one daughter's scared of me.
Exactly.
And it's awesome. Like you keep calling her a hellion, and I'm like, I don't know. I mean, she's kind of a wimp.
Wait till she gets to know you.
Whatever. Fine. Fuck it. I don't care. I'll scare her back. I don't give a shit. I'll
Number
just get scarier.
Number 4. I pray for solitary confinement to get me out of gym pop. That's right.
What pop?
Gym pop.
I don't know what that is.
General population.
Oh.
Prison terms here, man.
I've never been to prison.
Neither have I. Except for being at homes like Mexican prison sometimes. You can relate, right? You got kids, Myles.
Yeah, I got some little ones running around.
Right? You ever afraid one of them's just gonna fucking shank you in your spinal cord for no goddamn apparent reason?
No, they're not that sneaky. They're just gonna run up on me and jack me.
Yeah, exactly. See, they're still gonna do something.
I can't have no snacks of my own, so I feel you there.
Right?
Made a bag of popcorn last night. Aubrey's half asleep on the couch. Can I get some of that popcorn?
Dude, it's fucking horrible.
Just
ain't
give
it?
her the whole fucking bag, huh?
Exactly.
All right, number 3. I can't shit in private without them thinking I'm trying to tunnel my way out with a rusty spoon. All Shawshank Redemption style.
See, I've heard that a lot, actually. Like, a lot of parents, like, I don't get to pee or poop in private.
And it is true.
Yeah.
You don't. Look, you'll see fingers come under the fucking door. Dad, you in there? Dad, look what I can do. Dad, listen, Dad. Let me in, Dad. Like, I'm dropping the deuce. Please, just give me a minute. Like, I've probably cried more on the toilet since I've had kids than I've cried anywhere else in my entire life.
Yeah, if they could get a hold of a fire axe, you'd have a real "Here's Johnny" moment at
Oh
the
my
door.
God, this is true.
See, I've cried on the toilet a lot more than I have anywhere else, but it's for unrelated reasons.
Oh. Number 2, they always want something from me, and all I have to trade is chicken flavored ramen. I mean, that shit's currency in jail.
I was about to say, that's a pretty good deal. Like, I'm down with this.
Yeah.
I
But
want some fucking ramen.
they don't like ramen anymore, though.
What?
Yeah, and Reba's house never has ramen in it. It's so weird. It's the only house I've ever been in that doesn't have ramen. I feel like I need to buy some.
I'm out of ramen at the moment.
Are you really?
Yeah.
That's strange.
I eat that shit on the daily, bro.
How do you run out of ramen?
You don't go to the store.
That's good. Do you have ramen in your house, Myles?
Oh, absolutely. Stacks of it. I traded to the kids to, make them behave for a little bit.
Exactly.
Look, man, here's 3 packs.
Oh, there's that bird.
Go sit down for an hour.
Oh, those of you who don't know, Reba is in studio for us today. Let's give her 2 claps and Ric Flair. Woo! You won't hear from her, but she's here.
You might hear a giggle in the background.
Yeah. She's really quiet, though.
She's
All right.
quiet.
Number 1, it balances out because I'm loud sometimes and she's quiet. But I do listen low and she talks low, so sometimes like my deaf really gets kicking in. But that's all right. Number 1, there are always short, angry humans yelling at me and I can't understand what the fuck they're saying.
I feel like I should be offended.
Are you Mexican? I mean, not that Mexicans should be offended either, but
No, no,
they're
no, no.
generally short and I don't understand
You're
a
not
word they're
saying-
fucking
you're-
saying.
You're
said
talking about
short,
your fuck-
angry humans.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Compared them
you
to
said
a kid.
nothing about fucking Mexicans about it. You said
It's a
short-
Mexican prison.
Not at your house.
Yeah, this is why it's like a Mexican prison raising 2 girls. Did you not catch what the top 5 was?
I heard you, dog, but then you said humans. It got me fucked up.
I can understand you, though.
Yeah, of course. I don't give you a choice.
Yeah. All right.
Fucking loud.
I got some honorable mentions. One is I have to sleep with my eyes open.
Does he sleep with his eyes open, Matt? Really? Fucking wild.
And the other one is I'm pretty sure the smallest one is in a gang and hiding a shank at all times. Look, we're like
Without a doubt.
Yeah, and we're like 2 steps away from her getting face tattoo. I know it's coming.
She's just gonna get a teardrop.
Yeah, she just
For
gonna
each
get-
teddy bear she's lost.
No, she didn't lose them. She
face is
buried them
gonna be
motherfuckers
painted.
in the backyard.
Huh?
So her face would just be painted at that point.
Oh, dude, the little one is so savage. But that's top 5 for today.
Cool beans.
I
I can't contribute to this conversation. I don't have kids.
Myles does.
Yeah.
Let's hear a little bit about you. You're our guest today.
What do you want to know about?
I want to know everything. I want to know all the dirt.
Oh God, sadness.
Jesus,
ensues.
here we go.
Jesus Christ.
Cue up some Arms of an Angel in the background for me.
What do you got going on these days, man? I ain't seen you in a few weeks.
I'm either at work
Yeah.
or raising my little hellions, doing all that online school nonsense, which is garbage.
You got cute kids, by the way, and I don't tell people that unless they got cute kids. I
Thank
fucking
you.
hate kids.
Most people do.
Yeah.
Depending on the day of the week, there's sometimes I really am just like, you guys need to go sit down. You're crying over nothing. You're trying to fight me for no reason.
There's a reason we just don't know it.
Yeah, I hope there is, man. It's if I catch one more, as they like to call it, John Cena's out of nowhere, I'm done.
John Cena. What do you
What the hell
mean?
they do to
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, I'll just be laying there, out of nowhere, little one climb up on the couch. John Cena, elbow.
That's great. I fucking
it.
love it.
And that's her biggest threat. I'm gonna John Cena you.
That's
And I said, hands go up. I kick the noodles over. You win.
Here's your ramen. Let me live.
I mean, the one time, man, I was over at Myles' house, and they, the one little girl just kept smacking him with a flip flop, for like
Yeah.
20 minutes straight.
Oh, you got the flip flop smack?
Yeah.
That's usually reserved for the older women, but she's starting early, huh?
Yep.
Oh, fuck.
If I can burn it out of her now, maybe when she's a teenager,
Yeah, but
she'll just be like, okay, I really beat up my dad a lot when I was little. Take it easy on him.
yeah, but when they get older, it's not their dads they're beating with the flip flop. It's us. It's the other guys. So like, you're just saving everybody else, whoever she dates down the line, from getting beat with a fucking flip flop.
Well, that's all right. I mean, that's how I was raised. You know, if you're gonna act up, you do it at home. You leave that front door. You best be on your best behavior, or you're in bigger trouble when you get home.
So I'd rather my kids act up when they're not at home. Like, fuck, be good for me. Fuck everybody else. I don't care about them.
Because home's supposed to be the safe place where they can do those things.
Yeah, home's supposed to be a safe place for me,
They're having
too.
a bad day at school. They want to
Fuck
come home
you,
and
dog.
be angry. Let them come home and be angry.
I guess.
You know,
I'm just tired of getting beat up by my children, honestly.
locked doors are amazing things.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure the little one knows how to pick a lock, though.
She's not coordinated. No.
Dude, this is true. I literally watched her fall standing still the other day, and I couldn't help but laugh.
I laugh at kids falling down all the time. I don't give a
Anybody
shit.
falling down is great. Like, here's the thing. If you're around somebody and they fall down and they're not seriously injured, they didn't land on a sword, their neck didn't snap on the way down.
I think that was a dig at you.
I'm feeling like it was a dig at me again.
Like, you landed on a sword once?
no, it's just the amount of swords that I own.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, it wasn't a dig, but if the shoe fits. So, like, if you don't laugh at them when they fall, like, I feel like at that point you're rude. If somebody falls and they're not seriously hurt, you have to laugh or else you're rude.
So true story about somebody falling.
Okay.
When I was a teenager, man, we used to swing from vines and shit. Those old fucking ivy vines or whatever that weren't poisonous.
Oh, yeah, dude. I used to do that shit all the
So
time. Loved it.
we had this one, and over in our woods by the house, right down by the park, we had this one where you could swing off and actually clear like a 30-foot gap down.
Ooh, yeah, I
You
wouldn't
run-
swung on that one.
Yeah, it's the hill was pretty level, and then it would just drop off straight down about 30 feet. So we'd grab on this thing, run down the hill, and swing out real far and come back. Well, Justin, my buddy, he decided to walk way high up on the fucking hill and barely hold on to this motherfucker. And he looks at me and my buddy Matt, and he says, "If I fall, laugh." It's a deal. Got it. You got me, buddy. So we both agree. Justin takes off. Fucking lobs off this thing. It's higher than any of us have gone yet. We hear snap. This motherfucker falls straight down and broke his leg, his ankle, in like 4 different places. And I, true to form, laughed my ass off
Worth it.
the whole way down the hill. Matt, however, is not able to hold his shit together. He's freaking out. Oh my God. Oh, freaking out, climbing down the hill. I'm damn near falling over myself. Because that shit was the funniest fucking thing ever. Because the whole time he's going down, fuck. It was great. Fuck plunk. It was delicious. It sounded so good.
It was delicious.
It was delicious.
Between delicious and your falling fuck, dude, that fuck was on point.
Dude, I'm telling you, it was great. So we get down to the bottom of the hill, and we're like, "Hey, what happened?" And he's like, "I broke my leg." And I'm like, "Good, fuck you, stupid." And he was like, "Go get my dad." I was like, "You really want to tell your dad we're down to a place that we're not allowed to be at?" It was great. And then his dad gets down there, and he was like, "What'd you do?" He's like, "I fell." And he's like, "Well, no shit, stupid." he says, "Dad, you gotta help me up the hill." And he's like, "Fuck you, you're gonna struggle. Get in the car."
That's fucking great.
Dude, it was awesome. It was such a good time.
All right, well, let's take a break. And when I come back, I'm going to tell you why corn is related to Terminator 2.
Okay.
All right? Yeah, I'm telling you.
I don't believe you, but all right.
It's a thing. We'll come back and talk about it.
Hey, Ty, if you wanted to make a podcast, how would you do it?
Spotify Podcasters app, of course. Or hell, even the website.
Do they have any way you can edit audio and help with organizing your episodes?
All that and more. You can reach out to listeners and have feedback with their Q&A feature, and it distributes it to all other major places you listen to podcasts.
I just looked, and they got a video podcast set up and editing tools here, too.
So all you got to do is sign up at SpotifyForPodcasters.com or get the app, and you're done.
Damn, it's just that easy.
So before we get to end this day in history, I was going to tell you how corn is related to Terminator 2. And here's how. So like
Now hold on, stop, pause, real quick. Are we talking about the band or the food?
the food.
Okay, cool. Continue.
All right. So, you know how you eat corn, right? And then you take a dump a month later and there's corn in it. You're like, when the fuck did I eat corn? Okay? You chew your food when you eat it, correct?
Yeah.
So look, you eat corn, a month later you shit corn and the corn is whole. The shit is like a T-1000. It just reconstructs itself out of fucking nowhere. Mystery corn poops, dude. It's a thing. And I want to know how the fuck it happens. So listeners, I'm going to need some info here. Message us on Twitter at the Inner Idiot Podcast. Let us know on Instagram, the Inner Idiot Podcast. You know where this is going. The Facebook fan page. Let us fucking know. TikTok isn't up and running yet, but it will be. But don't tell us about corn on the TikTok because I'm going to be fucking a little nervous making those shits anyways.
You're going to be nervous. Why?
Nah, probably not. I'm probably going to make a lot of TikToks while I'm shitting, honestly.
Good.
And look, see, it did not take us long to talk about shit in this episode. It was actually in the top 5, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was. All right. So in this day in history, it is February 6th, 2020. Dumb. Hold on. You had something to tell me about Toto.
Oh, yeah, we were talking about, how corn's related to Terminator, and I had read a thing on Reddit, Tumblr, one of those many pages, connected Toto from Africa, and how the whole song is about this guy being a werewolf looking for a cure. And you go through and you break down some of the lyrics, he's talking about this thing that he has become, and how he had to run away and bless the rains because there's no moonlight for him to transform. You go through, you read the lyrics, it kind of starts to match up.
I see now, after the show, I'm going to have to listen to this song. The artist is Toto, right? And the song is Africa? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. I know the song, but it's not something that's in the forefront of my brain. By the way, look, when y'all hear me pause, that is not for dramatic effect. That is my ADHD mind seeing a fucking brain squirrel. All right, people? So when you hear the pause, just know a fucking squirrel just ran through my head. Because I catch myself doing it all the time. Look, I just did it again. Fucking squirrel. All right. Anyways, it is February 6th, 2020, dumb. And on this day in history, some shit happened. Mm-hmm. So we talked about train robberies. You remember that? We've actually talked about train robberies.
Briefly.
Briefly?
Briefly. That was a mistake originally, but I'm sticking with it. Briefly.
Briefly. All right. So, on February 6th, 1891, the first great train robbery by Dalton Gang happened by the Dalton Gang. On the Southern Pacific number 17. First train robbery.
Cool.
What year was that? 1891. I feel like it would have happened before then. When were trains invented?
Beats me.
My dad is not our guest.
Do you think if you're running a train on somebody and somebody unexpectedly jumps in, that's a train robbery too?
Yes.
Okay.
You think?
Yeah, if only 4 people signed up and a 5th person shows up,
Maybe.
I count it.
All right.
Yeah, run it. Fuck it.
Sure.
All right. 1935, February 6th. Monopoly board game goes on sale for the first time.
Fucking, yeah. Gross.
Monopoly has broken up more families than fucking Monica Lewinsky. Well, I mean, really, she didn't even really break that family up. Hillary stayed in there, didn't she?
Yeah.
Fuck it. Cause and effect.
Yeah.
I used that completely wrong just now, but that's all right. Brain squirrel. Do you enjoy Monopoly?
God, no.
No?
You're talking to actual people who people who actually play actual board games.
Yeah, the good ones.
Has less to do with actual board games and more with it, I was probably, about 9 or 10 the first time I really played Monopoly with my sisters and my grandmother. And it was just a nightmare, Everybody wants the trains. Everybody wants the electric company and waterworks. Nobody wants to share, trade properties. We're 10, and we're just like, it's all mine.
Yeah. You got to buy the ghetto in Monopoly, though. The ghetto is the key. The first couple properties, that is the key.
I don't know, man. I hate that game.
Can't stand it.
if somebody like if we're sitting there like somebody, I've gone to board game nights, right? And I have every bit of 3 or 4 dozen board games of like all just elaborate shit, nothing you can find at fucking Target or anything like that. Fucking weird shit you gotta buy online from Europe. You know what I'm saying? And I show up and I'm like, all right, who wants to play this? And they're like, we're gonna play Monopoly. Like, all right, well, I'll see y'all later, dude. I've left. Seriously, I'm like, I'm not gonna play this. And they're like, what? Come on, man, it's a good bit. It's a classic. Fuck your classic.
What?
It sucks.
After playing D&D, everything else just kind of sucks anyway.
That's not true. I love board games.
Some of them.
No,
but a lot
dude.
of them are just.
No, there's a fair amount of board games that
yeah.
are super good.
I just don't.
And it's not. You got to separate it from like one of the big ones that's actually really popular now. Ticket to Ride. Nothing like D&D, but it's a vast load of fun.
Ticket to Ride.
Ticket to Ride. Yeah, you got to build train tracks. Talking about trains.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, maybe that's why it's so hot on my mind.
Is that a kid friendly game?
It's a little complex. I imagine your oldest would enjoy it, but I can't imagine like yours are a little bit younger. I don't think they would get it, and your youngest definitely not.
Yeah, no.
So, but
Is
your
there
oldest probably would.
Is there destruction in the game?
No.
All right, yeah, the little one, she ain't down for it then. All right, that same year, 1935, February 6th, the first election to allow women to vote was in Turkey.
In Turkey.
In Turkey. That's funny because women usually do the cooking and cook me a turkey.
Didn't we talk? Stupid.
There's my first stupid of the day.
But didn't we talk about that on like a what the fuck fact?
Probably.
I feel like we did.
Maybe briefly.
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 But I digress. 1952, February 6th. Queen Elizabeth II succeeds King George VI to the British throne and proclaimed Queen of the United Kingdom and the other Commonwealth realms, including Canada, Australia, and New Zealand.
Wait, she's queen over those places?
I don't know that that's still the thing, but she's still fucking queen. She's been queen since 1952.
Jesus.
And
Yeah.
How old was she in 1952?
Not as old as she is now,
Well,
obviously.
no shit, stupid. God, there's your second one. You take that one.
Oh, here's one for the true crime fans. February 6, 1980, John Wayne Gacy goes on. That is a weird name. I've always thought that was a weird name. All right, but anyways, John Wayne Gacy goes on trial for the murder of 33 young men in Cook County, Illinois.
Grandpa pulled him over.
Really?
What?
For those of you who didn't hear, Reva's grandfather pulled him over. Did he get arrested on that?
No, he thought he was like weird. Like he got a weird vibe, so he wrote his name down.
Huh. Maybe your grandpa was part of the reason he got caught. Look at that, people. We got...
She just said he let him go.
Yeah, but he still wrote...
Pulled him over for a speeding thing. He couldn't have done anything.
Right.
He wrote his name down because he was weird.
Got a weird vibe from him. Wrote his name down.
Do you know what year this was? Just curious. No?
Now, see, my question is, did they give him some title for all of this too?
Gacy? I don't know. Was he the one that like painted himself up like a clown or some
No, that was, fuck.
shit? Yeah, well, Reva's saying it was him.
Was it?
Oh look, I thought that was him.
She's gonna look it up. We'll come back to that one. My next one. All right. This one's kind of depressing. On February 6, 2020, date of the first COVID-19 related death in the U.S. confirmed by the CDC
Yeah, that's...
on April 20th.
That is sad.
That is sad. Fucking Rona. It probably wasn't the Rona though. It
Nah.
probably got like food poisoning and died from diarrhea. Because that's a thing. A lot of people die from diarrhea.
Then they called
Yeah.
him the killer clown.
Yep.
Oh, okay, yeah.
See, there we go.
Yeah.
That's the issue I have with all these serial killers.
They get names.
They all get these cool names. The Killer Clown, the Night Stalker. We start calling them all the small pee-pee killers.
Right.
Who wants that title?
Right.
Nobody.
Well, I mean, are you gonna, like, how do you know, though?
You don't. You just say he does.
Yeah.
And it's going to do
Oh.
one of two things.
Would that be like motivation to try to get him to stop? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Does he want to be remembered as the guy who killed people because he has a small pee-pee? Or is it going to anger him because he does have a small pee-pee and now everybody knows it?
What if he's killing people with small PPs?
Well,
And
fuck,
you
I'm
still
screwed.
and you still get the title as a small PP killer.
Well,
Oh.
still giving him that title, though?
He can't even kill anybody with big dick energy. There we go. Boom.
Well, you have that. Well, then, if he's only killing people with small pee-pees, not only now does he have a silly serial killer name, But now everyone's going to think he's a little gay inside for checking all these dudes' wieners.
Ooh, I like the way you think.
Ain't
Myles.
nobody want this on their conscience as they're trying to kill people.
I feel
Right?
like a gay serial killer is totally in the realm of possibility.
Oh, absolutely. But it's all about that
And like,
title.
I don't know, man. Like, could you imagine, like, if you were gay and a serial killer, and like somebody called you this, like, oh man, he checks out dicks, and you're like, yeah, so I'll kill you too, bitch.
There was almost a gay serial killer. But sorry that I can't think of his name, but have you ever seen the Netflix documentary "Don't Fuck with Cats"? It's
No,
really
'cause
creepy.
I don't like cats.
All right, well, this dude fucked with cats. He killed cats online, posted videos, and he's like, well, fuck it, I'm tired of killing cats. I'm going to kill my boyfriend. He killed his boyfriend. But
Neat.
anyways, dude, it was fucking creepy.
So no matter how gay he was, he still slayed some pussy.
Yep. I'm glad you made the correlation before I did, because the joke was coming. Oh, props on that one, Lord Shorty. All right, one more for the day, because we were talking outside on our last break that we want to be the first podcast listened to not on Earth. So either in the space station, one of those space stations, or a fucking alien ship's just flying by. They're like, oh, let's see what.
How
these
would they
people-
track that though? You know what I'm saying? Like our analytics are all posted like from devices that are connected to the internet and stuff like that. You know, and like they respond back and forth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so like if they only receive information, you know, the alien spaceship, if they only receive information, we're not gonna know if they ever listen to it.
Well, maybe
aliens could have already listened to us.
I think they'd come if they'd heard us.
I'm still thinking, you know, they're passing by Earth. You know, they got to hit some Wi-Fi or something for their little alien Sirius FM something.
Yeah. So anyways, in relationship to that, in 2018, on February 6th, Elon Musk's company SpaceX launches Falcon Heavy, world's most powerful rocket.
Neat.
I thought it was kind of cool. That's all we got for this day in history. None of us can fucking talk today, apparently.
No.
No.
Free.
What do you want to do for a living? I want to have a podcast where I talk all the time. Maybe I should work on talking correctly.
Maybe we should have more elegant voices.
Your voice is pretty fucking majestic, though.
I don't know about all that.
It is.
Yeah.
And you got a face for radio. Yeah, especially when you do that, your eyes look like little buttholes. But just briefly. All right, let's take a break. We'll be right back.
Tyler Havlin might not be back. Greetings, humanoids, goblinoids, and all the other oids in between. Do you like talking about Dungeons & Dragons? Do you enjoy listening to other people talk about Dungeons & Dragons? Or talk about any other role-playing games? If you say yes to any or all of these, join me and Autumn Midas on the Dimwits and Dummies podcast, an open discussion on our take on how to improve your game from the perspective of game master to player characters. Embrace your flaws and learn that everyone loves D&D. They just don't know it yet.
And go. We're recording, people. Here we go. So, me and Reba, we were at the museum today, right? Checking out the Maya exhibit. And I saw this little statue. You can actually find it on the Instagram right now. But I swear to God, it looked like a meth mouth Mickey Mouse. Now, people listening, try and say that at least once. Because you're going to feel retarded when you say it.
Yeah, Shorty done fucked it up.
Yeah. Dude, it's so hard to say. But here's what I learned about the Mayans today. Or the Winnix, whatever you want to call them.
What did you...
They called themselves Winnix, I believe. Was that the name, Winnix? Yeah, she thinks so. All right, so anyways, here's what I learned. These motherfuckers had extremely strong necks. Because every fucking hat or headpiece that these fucking people wore were the size of fucking Jerusalem. I'm telling you, they were fucking huge. I don't know how their goddamn necks... That's probably why they ain't around no more.
Are you talking about those people who wear those rings and shit around their necks and stretch them the fuck out?
No, that's
Talking about
Africa.
Just
this was,
headgear.
This was in Guatemala, 3,200 years ago, maybe, something like that. I'm not sure. I think that's about right. I might have retained some of it. But yeah, they just wore these big, crazy, fucking elaborate pieces on their head.
Sure.
All right? So that's one thing I learned about them. The other thing I learned about them is they can't make any fucking animal look nice. Like, all their animals look aggressive as fuck. Like, every one of them. The meth mouth, Mickey Mouse, was a jaguar. But it looked like Mickey Mouse done fucking dropped some acid, went John Wayne Gacy on a bunch of motherfuckers, and just slayed everybody. The pussies and the dogs.
Hell yeah.
I'm telling you what. I can't remember what the other thing. Oh, and they had, the Mayans, they had this strange obsession with setting their peepees on their spears. Like, we're going to carry our spear, but let's drape our dick over it. Every fucking hieroglyphic with their dicks hanging out, it was draped over their spears.
It's for intimidation.
Well, they had big peepees.
Are you gonna try and fight the guy whose schlong's draped over his spear?
Probably not.
It's a key fighting tactic. One of my favorites.
What in fact, do you do that?
I just get naked.
No, you just get naked? Have
No.
you ever seen the video of dudes just walking up to people randomly starting shit,
Clothes
rip all
come
their
off.
clothes off, and they got the little one-piece string bikini on? I want to try that.
Well, see, that's always my thought. Anybody will fight anyone, but they really gonna want to fight me when I'm naked? You got 6'4", 200 plus pounds, little red pee-pee coming at you. You really want that? Mm-mm.
No. Because what if you have to wrestle it to the ground? Then you're just going to have pee-pee on your face.
Exactly.
Is it more weird question, but is it more intimidating if the guy's hard?
I don't know. I think if they're not hard, it'd be more intimidating. Because if it's draped over the spear and you ain't fucking excited, like, damn, what's it going to take to get this motherfucker excited?
Yeah. Like, think about that self-control, though. I'm coming at you butt naked, and I'm soft.
Flaccid as fuck.
But like, if you're hard, it's the intention to fuck. That's psychological. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Like,
I might survive a fucking. I ain't surviving a spear.
Yeah. I don't want them to think I'm coming on to them. We're here to fight. Me being naked.
who said anything about coming onto him?
If they got
you
if they
did.
got a hard
No,
on,
no,
then
no,
you
I'm
gotta
talking
wonder,
about coming in him.
You're stupid.
That's gross.
Shit's gonna get weird.
Yeah. And they called everything vessels. And they really liked incense. Mayans loved fucking incense. Not like actually fucking incense.
I
Okay.
understand.
Well, I had a brain squirrel. So, but anyways, yeah. So like everything was incense holders. Mayans, Guatemalans.
Neat.
I want to go see this shit. Have you ever actually seen the temples and shit?
I've never been.
Nope.
No? Well, just Google the shit, dude. It's amazing.
Oh well, yeah. I've Googled them and shit and seen them. Yeah, but I've never like been.
So we were looking at a layout of, I guess you would call it a city,
Okay.
and it's really neat. Everything was built, like the placement of all the structures was built in triangles. So from any structure, you would have line of sight to any other major structure. If there's 25 major structures in the city, you can see all of them from one. It was really cool. And to think that that long ago, a people that like to drape their pee-pee over their spears could come up with something so elegant and intelligent, that's mind-blowing.
You see, I see that happening a lot with stuff when historians and stuff go back in history to try and see how, pyramids were made or how Roman concrete was done. They overlook such little things that don't, Romans, when they made concrete, they used seawater. Their recipe use water. That wasn't a thought to them to specifically say seawater.
Yeah.
So we're overlooking stuff here in the, year 2021.
Do you think it's because we don't let our dicks hang out enough?
Absolutely.
You think that's constricting our brains and our mental capacity?
Yeah.
I truly think the world would be a much better place if we all went naked.
Yeah, humans weren't made to wear pants.
True.
I will agree with you on this because I
fucking
fucking
story.
hate pants.
Everybody hates pants.
Knickers suck.
And that's why they put their peepees on their spears, man. They're just hanging out.
The world would be much more peaceful if everybody was just naked. Because you would understand like why some people are so angry all the time.
I can believe
You know what I'm
that.
saying? And you're like, you know what? I feel for this guy. Whatever.
You will feel the might of the thunder thimble.
No, you won't. No, I won't, buddy. Sorry.
I don't know.
Well, see, if we did that in the world, then my fighting tactic would change to getting dressed.
That's
Like,
it.
oh man, this motherfucker's putting on pants. He's about to get real.
Putting on armor. Like, all right, so if we did walk around naked, would wars be fought naked, or would we still have a military uniform? How would we know who's in charge? You know what I'm saying? Like, do black tie affairs?
Wars wouldn't be a thing.
What
dude.
happens to
I'm
black
telling
tie
you, man.
affairs?
Huh?
What happens to black tie affairs?
You wear a black tie.
And that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Do you still tie it around your neck, or do you tie it around your pee-pee?
Tie it around
Whichever
your
you
neck.
prefer.
Okay. I'd much rather tie something loosely around my pee-pee.
I would say tie it around your neck.
We've called it a pee-pee a lot this episode, and
You started it.
and that does not bother me. Like, I like the term pee-pee. It's just it's comforting almost.
Now, if you and Reba were getting intimate and she said, "Let me suck your pee-pee," would that like?
Oh, dude, I would laugh and say, "Hell yeah!"
I don't know. See, to me, that's a you.
Not me. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta understand. So, we're in bed. This
This is
probably
how I know you're actually a child.
It's about 2 weeks ago. Okay, 3 weeks ago. We're cleaning the basement, and I find this turkey hat. Okay, and it's a hat. And it's got big long turkey on the top of it, and it's got the legs come down at like the side of your face.
Right.
And they come to down about here, my nipple length height.
Sure.
Right. So I look at her. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna wear this next time we're in bed. And she's like, oh boy. And she knows damn well. Don't question it. If I make a big deal out of it, he's gonna do it.
Right.
So we go to the bedroom that night. She goes to the bathroom. While she's in the bathroom, I pull this hat out from under the bed. I put this fucking thing on. She comes back in. I rip her pants off, and I go down on her with this fucking turkey hat on. And it was fucking majestic. See, look at her. She knows.
I'm starting to believe it now.
It was fucking great. I had to eventually take it. Like, it was cool because, like, the turkey was flopping down while I was doing it, and the beak was resting in her belly button. It was great. I had to take it off before I climbed up and out of there. But so I didn't get to finish with the turkey hat on. But the moral of the story is I wore a damn turkey hat when I was wearing my VPAP.
I don't know. I kind of wish the turkey hat would have been a little bit bigger than you're going downtown and she's getting motorboated by the turkey.
That would have been fucking great. It would have been fucking great. So, yeah,
I'm sorry.
He said, I'm sorry.
I am
feel
not.
so bad. I feel so bad for her.
Or I'll go down there and I'll sing to her while I'm doing it sometimes. Not Weird Al. You know, more romantic stuff like Avenged Sevenfold or something. But yeah.
Weird Al has romance songs.
I know he does. Weird Al has everything.
Yeah.
Look, listeners, we got to get Shorty one time. We got to record him singing some Weird Al because this happened before the show started. He was just singing the fuck out of it. And look, I suggest to you, next time you're in a job interview and the job interviewer asks you what your greatest skill is, you should tell them that you can recite Weird Al, Nerd and Whitey. Word for word.
White and nerdy.
White and nerdy. Sorry.
Yeah, that's all right.
Nerd
and Whitey.
Yeah, tomato,
That's a
tomato.
superhero duo. Fuck out of here.
See if that gets you the job. I mean, as an interviewer,
I
would
strongly doubt it.
I would appreciate that.
I mean,
I guess it depends on what the job's for. If it's for singing, maybe, you know.
Yeah.
Show you have a voice and can remember some lyrics.
Yeah, but if I'm going in to get like, hey, I want to apply to be this doctor. Like, all right, what are your skills? I can fucking sing the hell out of some White and Nerdy.
If you can memorize that song, you can memorize any medical book. Just saying.
I mean,
The question is going to be what comes to the forefront first, your medical knowledge or white and nerdy?
sitting there with some dude laying on a fucking bed having his heart open. It's like, all right.
I don't know what hits you
Fuck.
first, the Mayan spear or his pee-pee.
Well,
Same difference.
Which one's longer?
Hopefully the spear,
Hopefully.
because if not, that dude's gonna have a hard time working. And their spears were all made of stone. All right. Anyways, wow. How did I get back to Mayans? Okay, that's all right. We say we take a break and come back to some what the fuck facts.
I'm down.
Let's educate
that.
some people. That's not about Mayans
Or pee-pees.
or pee-pees. None of your facts are about pee-pees, are they?
No.
Okay, then we should be good.
Oh, wait. Maybe.
Do you love podcasts? Of course you do. That's why you're here. But you know what's even better than listening to a podcast? Making your own. That's right, and Anchor makes it simple. I'm your favorite host, MC Tyler Havlin, and I'm telling you, go download the Anchor app today, Anchor FM. They have all the tools you need to get started today. And best part is, it's totally free. They push it out to all the major platforms like Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts. So get started today, people. Go download the app, Anchor FM. I'll wait. Do it now. And it's time to teach you what the fuck facts. Because we're educational and shit.
Yeah.
Squirrel.
That's the way it is.
Alright, so there's been this thing floating around. The first fact of the day is not a fact. It is a disapproval of one. But it's still fucking hilarious. So there's been this thing going around on Facebook and like Twitter and shit that the reason fake lashes were invented. Have you seen this, Myles?
I have.
It was by a prostitute named Gerda Parietal to keep cum from getting in her ears, or in her ears. My God, in her eyes, right? And like apparently, like it was a big thing. Like people were finding this to be true. Like they were sending in like Googling it, and it was popping up on Google. Well, apparently it made such a big deal that Google's like, well, fuck. Look, people, this ain't true. So I'm here to burst your bubble. This is not true. They were invented in 1911 by a Canadian woman. And it was just to elongate her lashes and make her look pretty.
Huh.
But it would have been a lot cooler if it was invented by a prostitute, because that shows some real ingenuity.
Yeah, and I mean, for a good reason. Like, I don't want cum in my eyes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel her struggle.
A real fucking go-getter.
Wait a minute.
You feel her struggle? What?
I don't want cum in my eyes.
Well, I mean, I hope you're not putting yourself in that position. I mean, even if you are, I support you.
I appreciate that. I'm not. I'm just saying, like, if somehow, like, if some guy is on a balcony way above me and I'm walking by and he's beating off and he comes and it gets in my eye, bad news bears, buddy.
Well, I mean, where are you taking walks at, first of all?
It doesn't matter anywhere there's a balcony. Walk through Cincinnati. There's tons of them.
Yeah, but I don't think you find many people just beating off randomly on their balcony.
Dude, the world is filled with disgusting people.
This is true. I do some nasty shit all the time.
Yeah.
I picked my nose at the museum today, and I couldn't find anything to wipe it on, so I just rolled it for about 45 seconds and flicked it on the floor.
Did you witness this?
So I didn't know if she saw or not. I'm glad I know now that she saw me do it, and she still left with me.
She can't go anywhere else. You probably drove.
No, she drove and almost killed us. She ran over a fucking log in the middle of Cincinnati. I don't know how the fuck you do
There's
that.
not even trees there.
Dude, I'm telling you, there was 4 fucking lanes and not a single car around us, and she went out of her way to hit this log, I feel like. It was oh man, it was scary. Driving has never scared me until today. And it was bad. Oh, and look, fucking GPS is like, turn left, and she looks at the left, swerves right, but then continues straight. Oh, it was. You got a what the fuck fact for us, shorty?
Yeah, sure.
Before I get something thrown at my head.
Golly. All right, so the Wodaba wife stealers, the nomadic Wodaba people of Africa's Shale Desert, are known to steal each other's wives at an annual Gaowol festival.
Huh.
Yep.
Where's this at?
Shale Desert.
The Shale Desert. We're never going to the Shale Desert, Reba.
Yep.
See, they said wives.
Well,
that
girlfriend,
automatically kind of institute a requirement to be invited.
I guess. Okay, yeah. You got a
The
good
men
point.
paint their faces and decorate themselves with feathers to dance the yaka, a courtship dance judged by by 3 of the tribe's most beautiful women.
All right, so is it actual pilfering, or are the wives down for this? Like,
It sounds like the wives are down for
Okay,
it because
all
they're
right.
sitting there judging it.
all right, just making sure we weren't like.
And really quick, if anybody's listening in Africa, I really apologize if I butchered any or all of that.
It's still a funny fact.
It is still fucking funny.
That's like the
they're
world's
called the fucking Wadabe wife stealers. Like,
That's got to be the world's
that's
biggest swinger
awesome.
party.
Dude, that's so good. I love it.
You got another one for us?
Stingrays can jump out of the water and kill you.
Really?
Yeah, they can jump out of the water.
Why would they do that?
I don't fucking know. Fuck you. That's why.
Isn't that what happened to fucking
Irwin.
Steve
No,
Irwin?
it didn't jump out of the water at him.
Oh, that's right. He was an
dumb.
idiot and went in the water.
Yeah.
Swimming with stingrays. Who the fuck does that in their
Steve
right
Irwin,
mind?
that's who does it.
Yeah,
Well,
look
lots
where
of
it got
people.
him.
Yeah, a lot of people do it, actually.
Yeah, no fucking thank you. Shit looks like a snake. The tail looks like a snake. You see that? It looks like a
Cats'
snake. and it
tails
kills-
look like snakes.
No, they're furry.
Stingrays are just like giant sea frisbees,
And they smile.
all the time.
Yeah.
Even
But
when
they
they're
also
sad.
kill you. Oh,
No, just Steve Irwin.
I'm sure they've killed somebody else.
Maybe. But just that guy in particular. Fuck him.
Yes.
Not me saying that, the Stingrays.
His son now swims with stingrays. How fucking dumb do you gotta be?
I mean, their whole family is like super big on animal loving and shit like
Yeah.
that and treating all those things right, man. Top notch for him, you know what I'm saying? Like, fucking spot on, buddy. But
Let them have all the fucking stingrays and snakes.
he's in the Triforce of like wholesome. Steve Irwin.
The Triforce.
The Triforce of wholesome.
What?
Yeah.
What's the other two forces?
Bob Ross and Steve Rogers.
Oh, okay.
Fucking Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers. All right.
I almost said Steve
See,
Rogers.
I think we need to change it from Triforce to something else because we're forgetting the gentleman from Reading Rainbow.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
LeVar Burton.
Yes.
Dude, he is very wholesome.
Do we have a four-sided relic?
With
A square.
Not relic that I can think of.
A quad force. I mean, because
Quad
that's
Force. Yeah, maybe.
quad force. That sounds kind of weird though.
There for the longest time, like they referred to it as the Holy Trinity of wholesome, and it was Steve Irwin, Bob Ross, and Mr. Rogers.
I like it. I like
And
it.
I don't give a fuck when anybody says Mr. Rogers is on top of that list.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, he was bringing education to little kids and shit when nobody else wanted to.
exactly right.
That and he broke through so many barriers given his time range for a lot of it.
Really?
Oh yeah, as you know, he was on when racism was just the standard in life, and he broke right through that. The whole episode was him and the mailman, black gentleman. And he came in and invited him into his house and was sitting at the little kiddie pool soaking their feet on a hot day,
Yeah,
That's right. I saw
busting
that.
through them barriers.
Yeah.
Nice.
yeah. And there was actually like I remember reading something about that episode. Like it got like people wanted it taken off the air, and
Well,
like there was a
and-
huge petition for it.
I might be remembering it incorrectly. I'm not sure. Someone would have to let you know for sure. But I actually think he received a letter from a child who was asking him these kind of questions, and that's what spun the whole episode. Was he didn't want this kid to feel different or left out.
Neat. I
There's
will
al-
like that. I won't make a joke about that.
No, there was also this thing about Mr. Rogers that he read every piece of fan mail and replied if he could.
Yeah.
Every piece of fan
Back
mail.
then, you gotta imagine he probably got so much, and it was all snail
He-
mail.
dude. Even after the show was done, he still did it. People would still send him letters, and he would still send back.
Well, they made
Consistently.
the movie here the last year or two based off Mr. Rogers' life, and
Yeah,
his wife gave him a lot of the information for it.
yeah.
And that was true. He'd be up all hours of the night replying to mail, and then he even followed up further with some of them if they were having extreme problems. He would personally reach out to them via mail or phone just to make sure they were doing all right if he didn't hear back from them.
Yeah,
Did you guys see the movie?
I did.
yeah. I did. I did see.
Did
the movie.
Tom Hanks do it justice?
Oh,
He
it
did
was-
do
it
a
was
very
good.
good job.
Okay.
Very good.
Because I mean, any other time, like fuck.
I like
other-
Tom Hanks. He does a very good
Yeah,
job.
but usually, I mean, as long as he's not on a plane or a boat, I guess we're okay.
That's fair.
very fair.
He fucked those up. Fuck. All right, here's one. In a deck of cards, the King of Hearts is the only king without a mustache.
What?
In a
The
deck
King
of
of
cards,
Hearts.
the King of Hearts is the only one.
I know.
Without a
I like how all of our eyes started shooting around for a deck of cards.
You know there's got to be a deck of cards in this motherfucker somewhere. Look, these cards don't count because these are specialty
I
decks.
know. But I'm wondering if my Harley Davidson cards are.
All right, room temperature is defined as between 20 to 25 degrees Celsius, 68 to 77 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, here we go. King of Spades, it has a mustache. King of Hearts, it does not have a mustache. King of Diamonds has a mustache.
Mustache. Huh.
There we go. That's why
Fucking weird.
That's why they're facts, people.
Why?
I have no clue.
Why do these guys get mustachios and this guy doesn't? That seems unfair.
You know, he also kind of doesn't have a beard either.
It's weird looking. Like, none of them have, like... I mean... This guy looks like he has a bunch of penises on his face. Look at that. I don't know why I flipped the card upside down.
He does look like penises on his face.
It does. It looks like a bunch of
Yeah,
little penises.
the card's the same either way, buddy.
I'm aware. I don't know. Like, I just, oh, look at the correct
I was
way
thinking it
I'm-
was going to be a magic trick, you know.
Oh, I'm an idiot.
Oh,
Do you
that-
want to
that-
see Becky? Look.
show Becky. Hey, Miles.
Penis.
Did you know that an Australian aircraft carrier, Qantas, stands for Queensland's and Northern Territories Aerial Service? I don't know why I read that one. That one's dumb. Let's go to a different
Still
one.
didn't know that.
Hey, guess how many mosquitoes it takes to drain a human body? The average human body.
How many?
1,200,000.
That's a
All
lot. Of,
sucking at the same time to drain a human body.
that's a lot of mosquitoes.
That is a lot of mosquitoes.
Could that many mosquitoes even land on you at once? I don't think they could.
I mean, mosquitoes are small.
They are small, and
Now, and again, if you were butt naked, they probably could.
I mean, me maybe. I'm a bigger man.
Maybe.
Which, speaking of, look, Miles, I really, for my self confidence, I'm usually the tallest in the room. Okay, and here we are again with somebody taller than me. So I just want you to know that you being here really hurts my self esteem, but I still enjoy you being here, and I don't know why I caressed your knee, but it happened.
I liked it.
I know you did.
The knee rubbing, not the crushing your self-esteem.
I mean, really, both.
I enjoyed
really
both.
enjoy-
I enjoyed both. I don't give a shit.
No.
Yeah, rub his knee.
I don't like to make people feel bad.
All right, well, I don't know. Venetian blinds were invented in Japan.
Who's blinds?
Venetian blinds.
That sounds like a person.
No, Venetian. It's like, do you know the style of blind I'm talking about here, back, Reba? All right, I think Venetian blinds are like the wood slat horizontal. But yeah, they're called Venetian, but they're originated in Japan. There are only 4 words in the English language which end in D-O-U-S. Can we guess what they are?
What? Sorry.
There are only 4 words in the English language which end in D-O-U-S. Do you know what they are? And this is weird because I'm going to spend the rest of the day trying to figure out other words, but these have all been spot on so far.
Okay.
They are hazardous, horrendous, stupendous, and tremendous. I would make a joke about those all rhyming, but of course they all rhyme because we just said they all end in the same
What about
fucking letters.
treacherous?
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 He said
D-O-U-S.
Oh, D-O.
Yeah. There's no D in treach.
Sorry.
It's all right.
I was just thinking of words that rhymed with them. Sorry.
Rhyming words in the English language don't make sense. How do you get pony and baloney?
I like those 2 words, though, together.
But they're spelled completely differently.
I would actually like to eat some pony bologna. I wonder if it would be good.
I didn't.
I don't know.
I just hate the fact that read and read don't sound the same.
But they're spelled the exact same. God, there's so many.
Yeah. The English language is dumb.
Yeah.
4 languages in a trench coat.
Right. Imagine if Tony was spelled like baloney. That would be so cool. Poor
I
Tony.
imagine somebody has done that. Like, dude, I've seen some of the dumbest fucking names ever spelled out. And, like, that sounds like one of them.
I want to know who came up with the spelling for baloney. Because, I mean...
Oscar Mayer. Stupid.
Yeah,
Jesus.
come on.
Dude, baloney was around before Oscar Mayer, wasn't it?
Huh?
Yeah, and then, until he named it, they just called it that round meat with the red tape on it.
Let's find out when baloney was made. When was...
I got a weird fact for you. June and December are statistically more likely to have teens lose their virginity.
Really, June and September?
December.
Oh, December. Yeah, though. Well, I don't know. How the fuck they get into each other's houses?
I don't know. Fucking
June and December, man. That's fucking December birthday, and I still nothing.
How old were you when you lost your virginity, Miles?
How old was I in fucking junior year of high school?
Oh, well, that's not too bad.
17, 18?
16, 17? Were you
Something.
held back at all?
No.
No, 16, 17. Yeah, that's not bad.
I guess I mixed it up, I thought I went to school to learn, not get laid, but...
Whatever. And bologna was invented in the 1400s. I don't got an exact date, but yeah.
When did Oscar Mayer show up?
All right, let's find out. When Oscar Mayer... When was Oscar... 1883 in Chicago, Illinois.
Well, he's the one who named it.
400
That's
years
what I'm
later.
dealing with. 4 years. He's a time traveler.
All right, I got one more what the fuck fact.
All right.
I don't know if y'all got any more, but here, it is statistically proven that if you do not play the lottery and then you start listening to the Inner Idiot podcast and start playing the lottery, your chances increase exponentially.
See what you did there.
Yeah. So,
Clever.
listen to the Inner Idiot podcast and play the lottery, and you got a better chance of winning it.
It rains metal on Venus.
Does it?
Yeah. One last fact from Shorty.
One last fact. All right, we'll
Miles,
take...
hold on, stop.
Okay,
Pause.
okay, pause.
Miles, you always enlighten me with weird shit all the time.
Oh, God.
Give me a fucking fact.
Just weird, off
don't
the
give a
top of
fuck.
my head knowledge that
Yeah.
I like to pass on to people is the spelling giraffe. That one was a spelling word way back when, and I could not remember it. So my mom helped me remember it the easiest way possible. You turn the word into a sentence. So girls in robes are fist fighting everywhere. Spells giraffe if you take the first letter from each word.
Nice, I like it.
Yeah.
You know a word I can never spell, and if it wasn't for appreciate or for autocorrect, it's appreciate, by the way. If it wasn't for autocorrect, I would never use the word appreciate.
Yeah.
I actually spelled it right one time, and then on my keyboard just fucking typed in a bunch of fucking letters just to see if my autocorrect was working still. I was like, there's no way I got this right. No way. All right, so let's take a break. We'll come back for Shorty's pool. Do you got a pool today? Or am I promising the people something I can't deliver on?
I can come up with something.
All right, we'll be back for Shorty's pool.
This episode is brought to you by the Weather Channel app. Did you know the app can help you forecast more than just the weather? With allergy tracking and flu risk mapping. So you know when to stay inside and load up on podcast. As well as air quality and UV indexing. So you know when to get outside, load up on sunscreen and podcast. Forecast more of what you love with the Weather Channel app.
And we're back. It's that time for Shorty's pool.
Yeah.
What you got for us today, Bubba?
So this is a, again, like, I know this is going to be a repeat for me. It's talking about Batman. Like, just because that's who I'm the most influenced by, or I guess the most I read. But this is called The Dark Prince Charming. It is, it's written and drawn by an Italian artist, Marini. And, dude, I'm telling you, it's just some of the coolest depictions of Joker and Harley Quinn that I've ever seen. Like, I love the way they look. Like, Joker, I mean, his suit is pretty standard, like the purple and whatnot. But the way his makeup is done is very French. You know what I'm saying? Like, kind of like the French mimes or whatever. But he has, his classic, white and red and a little bit of green and whatnot. And Harley Quinn's done up like an Italian circus act. Like, you see, I don't have a statue of it, sadly. But the Circus du Soleil, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like that kind of style. Like she's got a real like frilly dress and whatnot. She goes around. She's still got her baseball bat and whatnot. But anyway, the whole story, the plot focuses around this lady who claims to have a child with Bruce Wayne from like a one night stand from years ago. And so Joker and Harley Quinn kidnap this girl. And the whole time Batman is trying to like catch, find the girl and whatever, chase her around town. And it's only a 2-part series. It's really short. But Joker the whole time is really antagonizing and really like trying to beat this girl down mentally, when Harley Quinn will beat her physically, but is like super reassuring the whole time. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking weird. And like, there's a lot of Batman and Bruce Wayne is really struggling with being how do I want to say it? He's really struggling with the idea that this actually might be his kid, because he can recall the woman, he just can't recall the night. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can't remember. He's like, okay, I know we did something, but I can't remember exactly the, you know, everything that went on that evening. And so he's dealing with the fact that he might be a father, you know, to a child that he's unaware of or whatever. And like, of course, this woman's coming after money, you know, whatever. It's Bruce Wayne. It's the richest person in the, you know, Gotham City. But it's a really cool story and a really cool dynamic, because the whole time Bruce Wayne is freaking out. Like, he is his calm, collected self, you know, most of the time or whatever, but you see a lot of the, you know, his inner monologue, you know, like, what do I do if it's mine? You know, and first and foremost, he's always worried about the child's safety and going in or whatever. And Joker, like, the whole time is giving this monologue to this child, you know, like, even if Bruce Wayne is your father, he doesn't care about you. He never did all this stuff. It's beating down this girl or whatever. And of course, you know, toward the end of the comic, you know, when Bruce finally does rescue the girl, they have a really deep discussion between her and Batman or whatever, because of course, you know, he doesn't reveal himself as Bruce, you know. But he does have a deep discussion, you know, like, I can't tell you if Bruce Wayne is your father, but if he does, I assure you that he does love you and he does care about you. He would go to the ends of the earth to save you or whatever. She goes, what? You know, and the little girl's like, well, he did, you know, and kind of like this, that, and the other. And it tears Bruce apart because he can't reveal himself to this little girl, because then his secret's out there and all this other stuff. And it's a really cool story. The artwork is superb. Like, it's some of the best art I've ever seen. I love the depiction of Joker, Harley Quinn. Even the bat suit looks really good. And the depiction of Gotham is really neat through it all. It's got a really steampunky vibe to it. And it's really cool. But, yeah, short, sweet. That's it.
And what's the name of it again?
It's called Batman the Dark Prince Charming.
The Dark Prince Charming.
Yes.
I'm going to check it out.
Yeah. It's super good read. My niece, it's actually one of her favorite books. She still won't give it back to me.
So what would you do if you had a kid out there that you didn't know about? How would you deal with that?
Well, I guess it depends on how I found out. You know what I'm saying? Like, if the mom comes to me and says, "Hey, this is your kid. You need to take care of it," I would jump on that opportunity. Like, yeah, sure, that's totally fine. Why did you keep this? You know, why did you keep this hidden from me? What's up? Like, why? You know what I'm saying? Like, why did you wait X amount of years to show me I had this child? You know what I'm saying? But I guess I would just try to be in its life. I guess it would depend on the entire situation. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, who all is involved? Because I don't want to fuck this kid up to the extent of, like...
Yeah, what if they have a happy life already?
Exactly right. And, like, if I find out that way, like, if I just see a kid and I'm like, oh, shit, that's mine. Like, that has got to be my spawn. And then I find out who the mother is, and I confront her about it. You know, like, hey, is that my kid? And, you know, she hits me with yes or maybe. You know, like, fuck.
Yeah, but at that point, if the kid has a good life and you know you don't want to step in,
I would not. No, I wouldn't get involved.
Yeah, I wouldn't even want to know.
Well, I mean,
at that point.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if I don't know, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, no harm, no foul. But if I did find out and I did, you know, and I know, then, you know, I have to live with the idea that, like, this child is out there being raised by another, you know, the woman and another man who, you know, isn't me or whatever. And if the kid is happy, the kid's happy. Like, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? And if the kid's not happy, I would interject, you know, whatever. Like, that would be my duty as a father. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, to step in and just be that role model. Because I've almost been in the possession of children before. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know it sounds fucking. It sounds weird.
Odd phrasing.
It sounds weird, but like I've had a kid who's been in and out, like who has been in my life all of theirs life actually, and when they were I want to say 11, I had to pick them up from school, and we always would stop and get stop and get lunch. And then I would take them to the comic book store with me because it was Wednesday, so we'd pick up comic books. And as we're driving down the road to drop them off from school, you know, he turned to me and looked, and she asked if I would adopt her. And I was like, whoa, what is happening? And I was like, in a heartbeat, like without even hesitation, I didn't hesitate at all. I was like, what's going on? What's happening? But yes, like, you're more than welcome. I don't care what my living situation is. You always have a place to sleep. You know what I'm saying? And that's, you know, that's how I feel like, you know, like that kid isn't, you know, they're not even related to me. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But like, if it came down to it, I would, you know, in a heartbeat. Like, this kid, I know is not my child. I know it's not blood related to me. But if I had to, I would step up and be the parent if I had to.
And see, this is where I really love DC at, is they give you these situations that make you think, like, what would I do in that situation?
Yeah.
It humanizes the superhero, supervillain genre.
Yeah.
And makes it more relatable.
Sure.
So.
Well, see, a lot of comic books, man, when a lot of people, you know, they always say, like, oh, Marvel is, you know, these heroes that are human, and, you know, DC is these gods who are trying to be human or whatever, and like that says a lot about both franchises. You know what I'm saying? Like, Marvel has these heroes who, you know, and I would argue vast majority of them aren't human. You know, whatever.
Right.
And just like the vast majority of DC heroes aren't human. You know what I'm saying? But like, they all go through human struggles, and you know, one of the best, you know, reading comic books or watching the movies or, you know, animations or however you consume the medium, like, it's empowering to see somebody with so much strength, so much ferocity, and all this knowledge still struggle with things from the everyday, you know, whether it be love, loss, or, you know, child care or alcoholism, drugs, whatever. You know, seeing a hero battle these things that are so real to us in our world, that, and watching them overcome it, that's huge amounts of inspiration. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
you know, every time I read Batman, you know, I've gone through my share of turmoil and trauma and stuff like that, and watching Batman go out and be a hero to, you know, the misfortune and the, you know, downtrodden and stuff like that, that is a huge uplift for me. You know what I'm saying? Clark Kent, you know, Superman, he didn't go through all the struggles. He had a very blessed life. You know, he was raised by two loving parents. You know, his parents died when they were way older, and he was already an adult and moved away from home and stuff like that. But even them dying, like, he still struggled with that emotionally, and he did lash out in anger. You know, every time he got into a fight, he was a little bit more violent. I forget the name of the comic book, but it was a Justice League issue shortly after Martha and Jonathan Kent passed away. And Bruce and Diana, of course, the Trinity, go to Superman's aid. Like, hey, that was a little hard. And he was dismissive of them. He didn't want to talk to them, you know what I'm saying? And that's a lot of what we do as people now. Like, if we're going through a hard time, we shun the people who care about us the most away. And we go into our deeper vices, whether it be drugs or violence or whatever, alcohol, and we see Superman like the pinnacle of hope, peace, and justice and stuff like that. He is the atypical hero. We watch him struggle that way. And that to me speaks more inspiration than anything. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And golly, get me hyped on it.
All right, that's about all we got today, people.
That's it.
Myles, thank you for coming on today. You've been a wonderful guest.
Well, thanks for having me.
Always.
You're always welcome back. Today's Outer Idiots of the Day is, let me get my index cards, Tim from Australia and Caitlin from Canada. They're from The Unexpected Podcast. Big shout out to you guys. Thank you for being fans. Thank you for the support. And that's it.
So wait, hold on. They're from Australia and Canada?
Yes.
Huh. Neat.
Yep. They their podcast is done a little differently than ours.
Right.
But it's pretty cool. I've listened to it. It's a good listen.
What's it called?
The Unexpected.
The Unexpected Podcast. I like it.
Right. So that's it. In the meantime,
in the betweens time,
remember, the best way to fly is throw yourself out the ground and miss. Cue the music. We out.